right, folks, welcome back to orientation video part 2, recommendations and expectations. So first off, obviously you're taking an online course, you need high-speed internet. The weekly quizzes do have time limits of 40 minutes, and each question is on a separate page. So if you have super slow internet, you may want to second think this course, right? Also, we do recommend the social sciences in general, of which political science is part of, so is psychology and sociology. And most of our courses do at least recommend that you have taken English 1A. However, that doesn't mean if you haven't finished that class that you can't be successful. It just means you may need to work a little bit harder on your reading and writing skills, okay? So there's a lot of writing. You do need to cite your sources in the discussion boards. You are going to be asked to analyze, interpret, evaluate, synthesize information from various sources. You're going to have some definite college level reading thrown your way. So if your reading and writing skills, and my talking skills are not up to college level, you may struggle a little bit more. Again, doesn't necessarily mean you can't pass, all right? Also, unlike high school, 70% of what you learn in college is done on your own, and the majority of that is through reading. Reading, reading, reading. You can't lay on your book and absorb it. You can't, there's no other way to get the information in. Also, best is to take handwritten notes as you read because studies show you retain more, right? So you're looking at a minimum of 3 to 5 units of 3 to 5 hours per week, but that's for an 18-week class. I really should have edited that. You're in a 9-week class. So then you're talking about 6 to 10 hours to prep, plus the lecture time. So in total, it's probably somewhere around 15 to 18 hours per week of homework and lecture. Is what you should expect. And I should edit that and fix that, okay? You definitely need to go through the supplemental reading, read the textbook, listen to the lecture before you move on to the discussion assignment for the week or attempt the quizzes and essays. Pre-warning here, the essay exams are open book, open note, but you are not allowed to use any outside information or any outside material other than book, lecture, and any supplemental reading that I post. So if you put in your essay answers material that I did not include, it's going to throw up a red flag, and you may potentially end up with a 0 on the essay exam. And I say this because I don't want you Googling the essay questions and randomly copying and pasting from various internet sources. I want you to actually work on the homework, work through it, and complete the exams with the course material, okay? Not trying to pick on you. I just, for the online classes, it's just been too much issues with students not actually studying, reading, and doing the homework. Guidelines and etiquettes for the discussion boards. I'll let you read that again on your own. We're talking politics, so potentially tension-filled, so make sure that you're open-minded, respectful of one another, inclusive, that you carefully read through your post before you hit submit, right? Don't make any racist, sexist, so on and so forth type of comments, right? Keep in mind this, diversity, equity, inclusion in the way that we conduct ourselves in the discussion boards. And then also please keep in mind it's a college level homework assignment. So that means proper grammar. That means citing your sources and treating it as a college level assignment. All right, Zoom etiquette policy doesn't really apply unless you come into the office hours because the lectures are pre-recorded, but make sure you do comply with these if you hop on Zoom. Accommodations. If you have existing accommodations, make sure you check in with me to make sure I got the paperwork, like extended test time. And then if you have any sort of disability that might hinder your ability to be successful in college, make sure you reach out to the office of DSP&S, and I included the phone numbers for both the Merced and Los Banos campus. All right, academic misconduct. If you cheat, plagiarize on an assignment or an exam, it's an automatic 0, and that includes the discussion board. So just don't do it. The course material is there. Do your homework, cite your sources, and you will be fine. Sexual misconduct, if you see it or the unfortunate victim of it, make sure you report it, right? And there is a link there to report to start the reporting process through Merced College. Okay, drop policy. So if you don't do the introduction post, I do reserve the right to drop you, so make sure you get that done by Wednesday. And then also, if you have excessive absences, and I need to provide a definition of that in my syllabi, which I do, it is defined as failing to log in at least once a week or skipping more than 2 consecutive weekly discussions. So unless you check in with me, you need to be logging into class each week and completing the homework. Also, do not rely on me to drop you. If you don't want to finish the course, drop yourself. Because sometimes students fall through the cracks. I don't drop them. They get a grade at the end of the semester, and that's that. I'm not going to go back and change it. If you want to drop, you need to drop on your own. Don't rely on me to do that. You guys are all adults. Late work policy, I do allow students to skip at least 2 discussions of their choosing. There is a caveat to that. Discussion 8, chapter 12 is worth 30 points instead of 15. So if you choose to skip that one, that's your skip. That's all you get. But other than that, you can, skip 2, maybe 1 in week 2, 1 in week 4. I don't care, whatever suits you. And so as a result, I don't normally do late discussion posts because I already have that flexibility built in. But if there is some big emergency, you can let me know and we can talk, right? I do short extensions for the quizzes and exams, but you need to let me know before the due date, at least an email the night before. And then it needs to be done fairly quickly because I don't like releasing the key until everybody has done the quiz or exam. All right, fall schedule. I was going to reach out to registration on Monday and double check the last day to drop for this course because it's a short-term course, and I'm afraid if I try to calculate it on my own, because it's as a percentage of the total course days, that I'll get it wrong. So I'll email that out to you folks next week. But there is a last date to drop, and then also a last date to drop and get a W. So I'll double check on those dates and get back to you. The next section is the course assignment schedule. So for that section, I didn't do a video because it's pretty self-explanatory. You can read through it. But if you see any errors, please feel free to let me know, or see any questions you guys have, feel free to email, text, or call. So that's it for this portion. We went through that quick. You really should read the syllabus, at least, go through it pretty quick. Quick read is okay. And there will be a couple questions on the introduction assignment that are related to the syllabus. So that's it for part 2. There's one more video going over the grading for the class, and then that's it for orientation videos.